Hi guys, how are you? And this is the tutorial for the challenge that I proposed in the lecture before. First of all, in your resources, you need to download the project file that contains these three files. Let's start doing the first animation. We click on the video and we notice it is 1920 by 1080, 25 frames per second. That's very good. We can create a comp by dragging it down to the timeline. So we have our first comp. So the first thing to do is to create our tracking points. For that, we come to the tracker. We choose our motion source, dancing bulbs, and here it is. And then we want to track motion. I'll select the layer and I say track motion. I'll choose track motion. It will create a track point for me. Now this track point is very small compared to the bulb. You know, it is not always obvious which area you want to cover. You might try 2-3 times. So let me do my best here and hopefully I will hit it from the first time. Cool. Let's press Alt and zoom in and I will take the track point just above here. Cool. Now we need to make it big. Notice that this is a white area. That's cool, but there is also a lot of white around. So maybe we do the tracking, you know, the area a bit big. Move it over here. And this one also bigger. Here you are. Something like this, or even like this. Right? We do it big like this. Fine. So now I'm going to try. It doesn't have to happen from the first time, but we need to try. So now I will analyze forward and see if it's working fine. You notice that it's moving already with the bulb. Let's go back to 100%. Okay, and continue tracking or analyzing. And it's quite okay. It's not bad at all. And we have to decide how long we want to go. I assume 6 seconds will be okay. If you have time, you can go to all the video to the 12 seconds. So now 6 seconds is very near. We will wait for it to happen. So to stop it at 6 seconds, I will press the space bar and that's it, is done. Fine. Now I've created the tracking. Let's press U and see all our keyframes that are all there. I will press N to bring the work area end to this side. Now that's cool. Now I need to create another tracker here. How do I do that? It's very simple. I just click on track motion and another tracker is given to me and this is tracker 2. I'm going to do the same here and bring the tracker over here. Okay, now I can catch it better and make it as big as the other one. Maybe it worked very fine. Maybe this one doesn't work very fine. I don't know. But I encourage you to try a lot so you get a perfect tracking. So now I'm going to analyze forward. I'll bring the timeline here. You see there is a mistake because I put the track when it was, you know, in the end and the bulb was not in the right position. So these mistakes, you will always encounter them. Don't worry about it. Just correct them. And I think we're cool to go. I will track forward. Here you are. And see if it's working fine. Well, actually, this one is not bad. It is okay. The other one was better, but you notice the movement here is going back and forth from the light itself, the original light. I don't think this will be, you know, a major problem, but if you want to be perfect, you can even try it again. Stop here and retract, change your the tracking point, make it bigger or something like this. So it's approaching 6 seconds. I must be ready to press the space bar to stop it. And here you are. Fine, so we have our second point. Cool, now we want to do our third point and we'll follow the same procedure. I will click on the track motion. It will create the last track point, that's tracker 3. And I will zoom in, hold it and move it to this side. And move it again, here you are. Then make it bigger. It's quite fun. Since it's not difficult, it's very fun. It's a lot of fun. Here you are. Not good. We want to make it bigger and this one I'll make it bigger and move them both to this side. Yeah, I think this will work. So I'll go back to 100% fit and see if it's gonna work. I will come to the beginning of the timeline and go ahead, analyze forward. Here you are. I think this one is working the best. It's really on the point and we're happy from it. And actually it's going faster. So at 6 seconds we want to stop it. Be patient with me. And here you are. I press spacebar, it stopped. Fine. I know I have some keyframes outside the timeline indicator, but that doesn't really matter. Now, what I want to do is the first tracker, I will go to the tracker 1. So I'm in tracker 1. I want to attach the CC lights. How do I do that? If you remember very well, it was pretty easy, by the way. So I will go to Effects and click and look for a CC light. Here it is. This is the light trace that we want to use. Take the CC light trace and drop it over the dancing bulbs. It will open here in the effect control. Now I will go back to the tracker and I will choose track 1. That's the first track. And then I want to edit the target. Now I have only one target, CC light trace. I will click OK and I will apply. Let's say OK. Fine. Now I need to adjust here the radius and so on. I will take the radius very high to 220 or anything you want. This is a matter of taste here. And I will keep it round and so on. But the intensity here, I can reduce and increase the intensity. It will be nice if the intensity was a wiggle. Let's click while holding the alternate on the stopwatch. And we'll open here, we will say wiggle twice a second for 150 will do. I think so at least. Now here you are. Let's preview a bit and see what we have achieved. Not bad. It's okay. Now of course you can come and play with the CC light trace, adjust the radius, make it bigger, or even the warp softness, make it not soft at all. There is the option of square. Look, this is beautiful. Let's leave it like this for this tutorial. Now I want to put the skull on the second track point. How do I do that? I'll come back to my layer. I'll come back to tracker. I'll find my second point. This is my second point. Now, first of all, I need to get the skull. That's the bone here. I will drop it inside the composition. It's pretty big. I will make it smaller. Okay, pull over here. That's nice. Nice skull, huh? And then I will come back to my layer panel and choose my layer, of course, and go to tracker 2. I'm there. Very fine. It's very easy. Go to bone here. It's suggesting to me the bone because CC light ray is already attached. And I will say, okay, fine. Now we want to try it. So we have to apply. We apply XY, of course. And it's there. Now the opacity is very high here. I'll press T, open the opacity, take it down. Yeah, it looks like, wow, mysterious. Cool. Let's go to preview and preview our composition. Have you done a good job? Is it working? Well, that's very fine. But the skull here, if you notice, the tracking is not perfect. The skull is not moving only with the bulb, but it looks like oscillating inside the bulb. Well, that's a nice effect. You can leave it like this. Let's go to the last one here, and we want to put on the tracker 3, we want to put some text. Fine. I will stop it. I will go to the beginning. I'm there. I will click on text and write warning. Now you can use any color you want. You might want to make it as beautiful as you want. But the most important is to put the anchor point in the middle so you don't have problems later on. So I press Ctrl, Alt, and Home and put the anchor point of the text in the middle. Cool. Now I want to attach it to the tracker 3. Wherever I put it, it really doesn't matter because it's going to go back and the anchor points are going to be with the attach point and it will connect together. So now I want to attach the text. I will go to the panel, layer panel here and come to tracker 3. That's it. Edit target. And I will go to warning. You have warning here. I will press OK, get the warning, press apply, XY, and here it is over here. But now this warning is really inside the bulb. I will open A by pressing A. I will open the anchor point and take it down. Now I want to create that flickering effect. To create that flickering effect, you come to opacity and press Alt and click on the stopwatch and introduce a wiggle. Let's wiggle it twice or 3 times a second to 100. So it will go from 100% opacity and even to 0 and negative. Cool, that's happening. Let's go to preview and preview our work. Not bad. It's working 100%. And the effect that we have put here is quite good. Of course, you can come and put more effects here and more effects here and, make it much more beautiful than I have done now. I hope this was useful, and it's very important that you go to After Effects and try it by yourself. You see how fast I went. If I wasn't talking, I would have gone faster, but that's the trick here. It's about training yourself, getting used to it. Then you can go to YouTube and Vimeo and find these fantastic things and try to do like them or even better. But first, please start with the basics. Start, training yourself about the track points. Don't go to these videos and get intimidated with motion tracking. I know people show off. You want really the basics, and after the basics and you really master them, you can go ahead and create anything you want with motion tracking. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next lecture or even in the next section.